You know how like penguins sometimes like slide on their bed? Like it's like nice and smooth, and like I've been like nice and smooth about it. But at the start, like I got my period in Mallorca.
You don't know what you're gonna do. Like you don't know what to do about it.
So baby birds are quite wobbly because obviously they've just come out, but
Yeah.
and also I feel like they can be quite timid because they don't leave their mum. They don't leave their mum. They don't leave their mum. They don't leave their mum.
So our original stimulus for the piece was the hormonal journey between puberty and menopause. I think I know a little reason
Should
why
I
cry
be
and never
more
speak
upset about this?
From quite early on, we realised there were a lot of similarities between the two experiences.
We don't talk about it. It's not spoken about.
Don't talk about it.
The aim of this project is to stop that, to talk about it, to connect with each other, to speak about our experiences and learn from each other. I've tried talking to Mum about it, but well, she has her own things to deal with, so.
I mean, you might have a daughter that's, starting periods, and you might have a mum who's menopausal. But if those stigmas have gone and you get talking to each other, there is a positive outcome.
I would want for an audience to leave thinking about how can they have agency over their bodies? How can they better support the people around them?
Shame so often grows within an environment of silence, and so many of these topics have gone unspoken. And for many people watching the show, it might be the first time that they've seen these things vocalised on stage.
And the animals regret another animals resent their power 1 hour till we reach the full moon.
What's that? A life sentence? Not in the sense that I'm being punished or my life is over. No. A life sentence of uncertainty. A life sentence of knowing something is wrong but not having the knowledge or the power to do anything about it.
I found the project so beautifully collaborative kind of from the offset. Right at the very start, we just looked at all the material that had been created from those focus groups and pulled out what was resonating. And I think that helped us to think about who are the people that we're speaking to, who are the people that we're speaking for and about.
There was a lot of common themes that came up regularly throughout the focus groups. One that I found that really resonated with me was the person who was talking about their experience with polycystic ovarian syndrome, a condition which I myself also have.
What does that even mean?
I mean, I was never really given that much information about the condition, about what it is, about what's going to happen, about how to alleviate the symptoms other than just taking the pill.
And the doctors are always right because they are doctors.
My initial reason for joining the project was a high passion for the sort of medical failings when it comes to female reproductive health, and my own experience with growing up in an environment where silence was very much preferred.
We laugh and we place blame when we probably shouldn't. That's my father, that's my mother.
I came to this project through a friend, and I was really interested in it because the menopause was mentioned, because it affects everybody. The menopause affects everybody. And so young people need to understand that it's not just scientific. This is about how it's going to affect your body and your mind. And that information needs opening up.
So this is a poem written by a young person who, though I've never met them, I think they might look a lot like me.
There was this one kid who had written this poem about understanding themselves and their process of growing up.
Body and mind, I'm not broken. It's like this for a reason. I'm like this for a reason. I'm becoming who I am.
As a non-binary person, that child also is non-binary, and to have that language and to have that sense of self at 13 and to be able to articulate that in so well in poetry. I mean, we had to include it. It's why it's in the piece.
If you have empathy and understanding, you're more likely to communicate between your family and the wider community about what it's about, what's happening at the time.
Sometimes I watch my mother.
We're showing you kind of one familial unit, but what we really want to do kind of going forward is include a kind of greater breadth of experience.
I'm very passionate about communicating with our community and talking to the members of the public and younger people to reach out to the community, to do more focus groups, to look at other cultures as well.
At the heart of the project is representation, and although the play will focus on the way that silence enforces this shame and things go unspoken, we do hope that there'll be examples of healthy, mindful conversation that people might not otherwise have access to.
And everybody in this project is going through their own personal path, you know, whether that be polycystic ovary syndrome, menopause, gender expectations. Everybody has got a path, so we're all understanding each other.
Bring me to the door.
Co-creation creates the richest theatre. As artists, we should be serving our communities, and I think the best way to do that is co-creating with those communities, making work about them and with them and for them.
Bring me to the dawn, take me to the morning. Maybe we could meet halfway between all